What's up, YouTube? It's your boy William Uchiha, and today we are back with a new video. Let's get it. Sorry, it's been a long time, man. Life been crazy, man. It's been hard to really get videos out there. I just been feeling so unmotivated. Life really just been crazy, but that's not what y'all here for. Y'all not here to hear about my life. We're here to talk about the video today. It is hot as hell. But anywho, today we will be going over the Aizen versus Madara death battle. I know if you're big in the anime community, you've seen this death battle, or you heard people talk about it. I know Seth did a video on it with Clyde the Weeaboo. There were some big names in the anime community, anime debate community. And now death battle seems like they're about to do their video on it, and I wanted to just put in my 2 cents. Okay, now obviously with the title William Uchiha, I'm an Uchiha tard. I love all the Uchihas, and you might think I'm repping for Madara, and if you think that, you are correct, because I am rooting for Madara. Now, not saying now if Madara loses in this fight, I haven't seen it, by the way, so this is like a live reaction. But if Madara loses in the fight, I can accept that, because Aizen is a GOAT too. These two are like legendary among anime. Like, we all know Dragon Ball Z one shots, both of these verses, but these two characters have like a certain level of respect that no other anime villains have ever, like, at least I've ever seen. Besides maybe Miriam from Hunter x Hunter, and arguably Broly, but like these two are like the god tiers, the godfathers of anime, and it's always just nice to see and interesting to hear like debates being thrown back and forth about why Aizen will win or why Madara will win. Now, if you don't know this, which probably most of y'all probably don't, but I do believe in their last battle, Naruto versus Ichigo, I am on the side of Naruto. I feel like the scaling was pretty good. I've seen a few other videos, like Seth doing a video like saying that it wasn't as bad as what most of them being. Toph versus Gaara. God, that was a bad fight. But anywho, yeah, no, I believe Naruto would win against Ichigo, and I feel like the scaling was pretty dominant, at least for the most part. In Bleach, I love Bleach. I love all the characters. I haven't finished the 1,000-Year Blood War arc, so I can't really say 100% for sure. So maybe after I finish it, things different. But all the way up until this point, I do believe Naruto is strong. I do believe Sage of Six Paths Naruto, the one that fought Kaguya, is stronger than the Ichigo who fought Aizen. I will say that. I will say that. Now, Ichigo after that, I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But Ichigo up to that point. So, yeah. I will be pausing throughout the video, just to let y'all know. So don't get too upset with me, because I do want to just see how things go. And without further ado, let's go. Let's get this shit. Like, okay. Okay, Rooster Teeth is on this? Bro, I have to check out Rooster Teeth. Go do that shit, bro.
Madara Uchiha, the legendary messianic shinobi from Naruto.
Sosuke Aizen, the Soul Reaper who stood upon the heavens from Bleach.
We may dream of glory, but these two have the will to power to take it by force and claim a seat among the gods.
They're the biggest, baddest anime bosses around, and not even death can stop them. Ghost versus zombie. Let's go. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Endless destruction, countless dead, a plot to conquer the planet. The ninja world was at war.
For the 4th time, only one man could save humanity from itself, from beyond the grave.
The same man who orchestrated this war in the first place in order to end all wars forever. Madara Uchiha.
Golly,
From birth, war was the only thing the young Madara knew, and there was no ninja he liked fighting more than Hashirama Senju. They're basically ninja Romeo and Juliet.
Belonging to opposing clans, Madara and Hashirama were forced to battle each other for years, all the while dreaming of a better future.
Their bromance eventually overcame their clan's differences, and the two groups merged, creating the village of Konoha.
But Madara wasn't satisfied with Hashirama's dream of peace through cooperation. He desired an immortal peace through total domination.
Everyone else thought that was crazy, so he bounced. And then he came back to wage war against the village he helped build. Well, that didn't last long, huh?
Madara's megalomania was perhaps faded, considering he is in fact the reincarnation of the demigod Indra Otsutsuki and the inheritor of his immensely powerful chakra.
Basically physical and spiritual energy that makes ninja magic. Madara specializes in fire and wood style jutsus, which just seems irresponsible to put those together, like a gender reveal party waiting to happen.
His wood is especially impressive, considering it's the only style of elemental jutsu that can create life. Why are you looking at me like that?
Madara can even use his Gunbai to absorb ninjutsu and return it right back to sender. You know you're a badass when you can take on armies with just a friggin' fan.
Madara has torn apart hordes of ninja without breaking a sweat, taken a beating from every tailed beast at once, and even defeated the 5 Kage, some of the strongest shinobi in the world.
I like how they put the 5 Kage over the tailed beasts, and that's not it. But okay, I'm gonna try not to be nitpicky either. I'm not gonna.
Raikage's even stated to be fast enough to move at light speed. And even weaker ninja like Orochimaru have dodged literal photon beams.
But Madara's greatest tool is the one born from his very bloodline, the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. These magical eyes massively enhance his perception down to the cellular level, allowing him to predict movements, see the flow of chakra, and summon the mighty perfect Susanoo.
The Sharingan can also cast a genjutsu that'll trap anyone that looks at it in an illusion, and even break them out of those same illusions.
In Sasuke's case, even ones as strong as Itachi Tsukuyomi, which can warp your perception of time. Itachi used it on a fellow Uchiha and made her live out her entire life in the span of 1/100th of 1/1000th of 1/1,000,000th of a second.
And when she died in the illusion, she died for real. If Sasuke could break out of it, Madara could too, easily.
And after grafting some of Hashirama's cells onto himself, he
would always have a piece of his Romeo inside him. This is my ship, Wiz. Stop looking at me like that.
He not only gained a healing factor strong enough to regenerate from having half his body vaporized, but also the terrifying Rinnegan.
AKA the big chungus of all eye magic. The Ringy Eyes let Madara absorb chakra and ninjutsu, create invisible limbo clones, see and remove your soul from your body, and summon giant-ass meteors, as if he needed any more fucking powers.
While the Rinnegan lacks some of the Sharingan's unique abilities, he can switch between them at will.
After tearing the ninja world a new asshole, Madara was finally defeated in a climactic battle for the ages by his BFF, and thus the life.
I feel like that's sort of bad to put in there because if nobody ever watched Naruto, they would assume that Hashirama just killed this god tier Madara, and Madara didn't have the Rinnegan when he fought Hashirama. Otherwise, my opinion, the outcome would have been different.
Of a legendary shinobi came to an end in the arms of his one true love. Or did it?
All right, this is gonna get pretty crazy, but just bear with me. Fearing a defeat in battle, Madara set a time-delayed jutsu that would posthumously rewrite reality and bring him back to life. And it worked! So Madara tricked another Uchiha, Obito, into witnessing his best friend murdering his other best friend. Then he tasked Obito with manipulating the world into another war. Meanwhile, he gave his own Rinnegan to Nagato with the goal of getting it back after he was brought back to life the second time with the outer path because he died again. Make sense?
Nah, that'll never work.
You're right, it didn't! So Obito went out and got the Rinnegan back from Nagato's corpse, because he died. Then Kabuto brought Madara back to life, and he got his eyes back from Obito after some backstabbing. Then he sealed the awakened Ten Tails within himself in order to gain ultimate power and create the world's greatest nap time ever!
That was a lot.
Look what you people have done to him. You'd think Ten Tails' power would be awesome, but those dinky 8 balls of doom are so lame.
Don't let their size fool you. These truth-seeking orbs are in another league. The Ten Tails is strong enough to wipe continents off the map, and the orbs can be shaped into weapons that will completely disintegrate anything they come into contact with. Not even ninja resurrected through Edo Tensei like Minato could regenerate limbs lost to the truth-seeking orbs, which means they had to erase his literal spirit itself.
Madara's power was so insane, he was considered comparable to the original Sage of Six Paths, the dude who helped create the frickin' moon.
And when Madara created meteors, they were large enough to show up against the curvature of the Earth. Measuring their size and estimating the height at which Madara lifted them, they'd have to possess a potential energy of at least 372 petatons of TNT.
He was even fast enough to keep up with Eight Gates Guy, who kicked hard enough to bend space. Madara even has an attack where he hawks light speed loogies.
Considering even base Madara has displayed speeds on par with Light Timing Ninja, we know Ten Tails Madara would have to be significantly faster thanks to the Ten Tails' power.
With virtually no one left to oppose him, Madara's plot was finally in the endgame. He awakened the Rin Sharingan, and with the God Tree summoned, he cast the Infinite Tsukuyomi, spreading the tree's roots across the entire planet and capturing every single person in the world. This would enslave all of humanity in an endless dream world free of conflict forever. Peace through total domination.
Manipulating this tree with his chakra would have involved physically spreading its roots through and around the entire Earth in mere moments. Estimating the tree's mass and the speed at which the roots were moved, his chakra must have released an energy exceeding 1 yotaton of TNT.
And this was with just one jutsu. Is there a character that could possibly even touch Madara Uchiha?
Kishimoto himself didn't even know. Madara's power was so overwhelming, the only thing that could take him down was treachery.
Even the man with the magic eyes couldn't see that coming.
All that was left was his old friend Hashirama, there to comfort him in his final moments.
Just like Romeo and Juliet, for never was there a story of more woe than this of Hashirama and his Madabro. I read it in iambic pentameter.
Is there a gas leak in here?
Now the real fun begins.
Jesus, 8 minutes just wanking off Madara. Okay.
The Soul Society was in chaos.
Let's see Aizen.
One of its leading Shinigami was set to be executed under suspicious circumstances. A band of humans from the living world had invaded to save her, and Sosuke Aizen, captain of the 5th Division of the Gotei 13, was dead, murdered.
What dastardly mastermind could have been behind all this? He'd have to be a galaxy-brained 5D chess master.
The man responsible was, in fact, Sosuke Aizen.
Little is known about the man's past, only that he isn't a man, a human man, but a soul reaper.
These Shinigami are spiritual beings who ferry lost souls to the afterlife and purify those who have turned evil in the living world.
They're badass anime wizard Grim Reaper swordsmen. Though Aizen himself was hardly that cool. I mean, just look at those glasses. Dork.
But this Clark Kent was harboring a secret. Aizen had spent years attempting to develop the means to ultimate power, ruining the lives of many of his colleagues via his twisted experiments.
Oh, so when Aizen does it, he's a supervillain, but when you do it to me, it's shut the hell up, Boomstick. You're under NDA, and I know.
So, okay, bear with me. They didn't really go much on Madara's intelligence. Not trying to be a Naruto fanboy here, all that jazz. But they didn't really touch much on Madara's intelligence. And for those who don't know, he is actually really intelligent. Probably, arguably, one of the top 5 smartest characters in Naruto Shippuden. Not Boruto. Not including Boruto material. Let me say this. Aizen is smarter than Madara. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But the gap isn't so wide to the point where, like, Aizen's planning 15-step plans and Madara's just like, huh? Like, he's not, Madara's not like, it's not like a dummy versus genius fight. These two are both really, really, really smart. And even though Aizen is definitely way older, so he is definitely more experienced and he probably most likely have more knowledge, Madara's battle IQ should be enough to be able to at least keep up with Aizen.
As a Shinigami, Aizen's body is made of Reishi, being spirit matter, and empowered by Rare Yoku, being spirit energy. Entities made of Reishi are completely invisible to anyone without specific supernatural awareness, though a Shinigami's body is still tangible and can be damaged normally.
And with his Rei Ryoku energy, Aizen can create incredibly powerful blasts. He's so strong, weaker beings will literally disintegrate if they get too close to him.
This is due to his Reiatsu, a localized spiritual pressure exerted as a result of his enormous power.
He also knows tons of Kido, or spells. He can create force fields, bend the light around him to make him impossible to detect, fire concentrated bolts of lightning, and absorb the energy from his surroundings to make giant-ass energy dragons.
Perhaps his deadliest Kido is Kurohitsugi. After an extensive incantation, Aizen surrounds his target in an enormous black coffin that distorts space and time and tears its victims apart.
But he survived.
Aizen's plotting finally came to fruition during the invasion of the Soul Society, where he faked his death using his greatest weapon, his Zanpakuto, Kyoka Suigetsu.
A Shinigami Zanpakuto is a magical sword that possesses a sentient spirit. Kyoka Suigetsu gives Aizen complete control over his victim's senses the instant they lay eyes on the sword. This complete hypnosis traps its victims in a nearly perfect illusion that Aizen can manipulate at will, making himself virtually immune to attacks while his opponents are sitting ducks.
It's so strong that it kept a group of ex-Soul Reapers known as the Visor trapped for over 100 years without them even knowing it. It's one of the most broken powers ever and the definition of anime bullshit.
But it was all worth it when he perfected his ultimate creation, the Hogyoku, an immensely powerful reality-warping device that, quote, materializes the user's wishes.
In Aizen's case, it realized his desire to become the strongest being in the universe. With it, he can heal any of his wounds, even when half his body is vaporized. And more importantly, it exponentially increases his power over time through evolution by turning him into a horrifying butterfly monster man.
A being eventually strong enough to dethrone and replace the Soul King, the deity that controls the cosmic balance. Even a minor disruption to the Soul King's influence led to the three worlds of Earth, the Soul Society, and Hueco Mundo to start physically collapsing.
That'd imply that the Soul King has to be outputting enough energy to hold all these places together at all times.
Considering each should be roughly the same size, this would require an energy of over 140 zetatons of TNT.
Aizen is powerful enough to vaporize mountains as a side effect of a sword swing.
See, this is where, like, I don't know, because I like I said, I didn't hit the 1,000-year Blood War arc, so I don't know how high Aizen scales to the Soul King. Maybe he's on par, maybe he's stronger, I just don't know, so that's where you lost me.
Casual energy blasts can disintegrate huge chunks of the earth, and he can take on armies with just his Reiatsu alone.
Okay.
He even defeated the rest of the Gote 13 without so much as breaking a sweat.
So he should be way stronger than Soul Society heavy hitters like Kenpachi, who sliced this 120-kilometer-wide asteroid to pieces.
That's roughly the width of Great Britain. An asteroid of this size would have to carry a kinetic energy of at least 44 petatons of TNT.
And Aizen was so badass, he literally transcended other Shinigami in power. He was in a whole other dimension from the rest of them.
Until he fought Ichigo Kurosaki.
The battle we've all been waiting for. Way before this in the Soul Society arc, Ichigo was already as fast as lightning. And by this point, after all his power boosts, he'd even be faster than light. Hell, even weaker characters like this lady can dodge light beams.
Though their fight
Okay,
lady
never
can
mind,
dodge
never
light
mind.
beams.
I lied.
Though their
I thought he
fight
was
was
gonna go into
epic,
something
Ichigo had transcended the Shinigami as well, and even Aizen himself. Feeding upon his insecurities, the Hogyoku abandoned Aizen, who was quickly defeated and imprisoned within the bottommost level of the Soul Society's prison. Aizen was left alone. His great power he sacrificed so much to achieve was gone forever.
Okay, so going back to the whole little Soul King shit, so I'm assuming, don't come at me about this, but I am assuming that when they were saying Aizen's power like parallels the Soul King, they were talking about Aizen who fought Ichigo, and we know that Aizen isn't comparable to the Soul King. I know that one for a fact. It's not until much later that he becomes comparable to the Soul King.
Or was it? Somehow he ended up getting even stronger than before. But what made him so strong? Could it be the chair?
It's not the chair. It could theoretically be due to the chair's restraints keeping his Reiatsu from properly releasing, building it up within him until he was stronger in base than he was at his previous max.
Nah, it's definitely the chair. And, since the chair could still hold him after he got stronger, wouldn't that make it even stronger than him? Even stronger than the Soul King? All hail the mighty Chair-sama, most powerful being in all of Bleach. He even managed to hold his own against the Quincy Yua, who absorbed the power of the Soul King himself. He even used Kyoka Suigetsu to trick him. And Yuha's a dude who can literally see every possible future all at the same time. All according to Keikaku, bitches.
And after standing among the gods themselves, Aizen returned to captivity and pondered the meaning of his existence.
Even trapped in a prison, sealed off in a different dimension with a 20,000-year sentence, he remains the most dangerous being in the world.
Who knows what schemes are brewing behind those cold, calculating eyes? No compassion, no empathy, only the drive for power.
No one has ever stood at the top. Neither you nor me. From now on, I alone will stand at the top.
Alright, man.
All right, the combatants
Alright,
are
so they
set
got done
to confront
waking
the
each
day
other
of all
off, man.
possibilities.
So
But
let's get this
first,
shit,
if
man.
you want the confidence of an anime supervillain, check out Blue Chew.
This
Alright, man. Let's go.
You can see me.
I can see everything.
Did you see that?
Drown in despair!
I would expect nothing more from a human.
Mere parlor tricks. Don't get so full of yourself.
Okay, so they made Aizen transform first.
Hado 19, Colonel Hitsugi.
Did you just summon the Ten Tails? Okay. I guess they had to find some way to get Madara into his power. I like how they should have used Susanoo first and then Sage 6 Paths. I do believe I can see the full power Susanoo breaking out of Black Coffin, but I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that. Anywho, yeah, they should have made him Susanoo first and then Sage 6 Paths because now this
Hado 99, Goryu Tenbetsu. I love it. The thrill of battle, the pounding of my heart, the taste of my own blood. I love it! You almost had me there, you tricky bastard.
Nothing escapes my illusions, human. Know your place.
Is that how he wins? Oh, yo, yo. Okay, I was rooting for Madara to win, but he's not winning like that. That's yo. Honestly, like I can hear the biasm in my voice because even though I want Madara to win, I don't see him winning. Like I don't see how he would win because Aizen would just get stronger. But they don't know that like Aizen's immortal. Like he can just heal from that. Granted, like I can see his power level being really, really weak and enough for Madara to be killable. I mean Aizen to be killable, but Aizen will eventually just evolve to become stronger. Like yo, I can Bleach fans are going crazy right now. I can see them going mad, insane right now. Like the fight was good though. Like the fight, touch and go, little places. But yo, all right, let's see why. Let's see why.
Of course, Madara won. He fake died twice for his 5D chess plan, while Aizen only fake died once.
Aizen and Madara were extremely evenly matched in raw power and speed. By our calculations, Madara spreading the God Tree's roots with his chakra was about 7 times more powerful than the best that Aizen could scale to with his rare Yoku. And both ended up being roughly as fast as each other.
While there are a range of possible feats and numbers to go with to determine their limits, the point is they're always going to be close to even.
Which means
I'm okay with that. Like I do believe that they're both relative. Like I don't see Aizen speed blitzing Madara. I don't see Madara speed blitzing Aizen. Granted, the forms that they use, like fucking Edo, Redengan, Madara would get speed blitzed by second evolution Aizen. I do see that, but like Sage's 6 paths versus like second evolution, or even maybe the one in the chair. Like I said, I haven't seen 1,000-year Blood War arc, so I can't say for sure. But I can definitely see the Madara. I mean the Aizen that fought Ichigo and Sage's 6 paths being relative. Maybe even Sage's 6 paths being greater, but.
The thing that mattered here were their powers and how they countered each other. Madara's enormous variety of abilities eventually overwhelmed Aizen.
While Soul Reapers like Aizen may be invisible to regular people, the Rinnegan allowed Madara to see invisible spiritual beings like his own Limbo clones. Hell, the Rinnegan lets you see and remove human souls, and that's exactly what a Soul...
Are they saying in this scan that the Truth Seeker orbs would nullify Aizen's regeneration abilities just like they did with the Edos? Because if that's what they're saying, no, that's not how that would work. I never thought of it that way, but that's not how it worked. The reason why Truth Seeker orbs stop regeneration is because the Edo Tensei is mainly chakra based. And Truth Seeker orbs cancel out all ninjutsu based techniques. They do say like chakra equals Ryatsu in this, and if that's the case, sure, but that's sort of weird. That's sort of a weird advantage Madara had that shouldn't be there.
And Rare Yoku utilized spirit energy and operated in similar ways, being formed into attacks like ninjutsu and Kido. That meant that Madara's ability to absorb ninjutsu allowed him to nullify the vast majority of Aizen's range attacks and even dispel his force fields.
And despite how OP Aizen's complete hypnosis was, Sharingan users can break out of illusions no sweat, even ones as powerful as Itachi's Tsukuyomi. And
I do agree with that. I do believe the Sharingan can see through Kogetsu Getsu. I 100% believe that. It's literally translated to Eye of Illusions. Yeah, I do see that. I personally see that. Don't worry, I'll be open up for debates. So all those Bleach fans can definitely come at me when I'm ready. But I do believe the Sharingan can see through it.
Madara can switch between the Rinnegan and the Sharingan at will. He'd be able to break out of an illusion anytime he wanted.
Aizen's illusions are nearly perfect, but fellow Captain Unohana was able to subconsciously notice its flaws. With an eye as perceptive as the Sharingan, which can spot imperfections in genjutsus all the time, it was only inevitable that Madara would be able to quickly break out.
However, the same couldn't be said for Aizen, who never showed any resistance to the kind of mental illusions Madara can create.
Even setting illusions aside, the sheer quantity of offensive options at Madara's disposal, whether it be his clones, meteors, or monsters summoned by the Rinnegan, kept Aizen constantly on the back foot.
But none of that mattered if they couldn't kill each other, and both had pretty insane healing factors that could recover from just about anything, except for those pesky 8 balls of doom.
Madara's truth-seeking orbs were capable of completely molecularly annihilating spiritual beings and preventing them from regenerating. And
Okay, I see it now. I see it. So they saying because of the Truth Seeker orbs can attack both the physical and spiritual body. And then with the whole little explanation of chakra and Ryatsu equaling each other out, that's why he could stop Aizen's regeneration, which I never really thought of that. Maybe. I can see it going either way. I do believe, though, the Hokage scale, like, it's just greater than Truth Seeker orbs and would probably allow Aizen to eventually heal. Even if he doesn't heal right there on the spot, I feel like he would eventually be able to heal.
again, Aizen was a spiritual being.
Since Aizen lacked the ability to do the same irreversible damage to Madara, the ghost of the Uchiha had exactly what he needed to put this actual ghost down for good.
Aizen was an unbelievably overpowered foe, but Madara's own powers, illusions, and devastating truth-seeking orbs allowed him to crush the ex-Shinigami.
Sosuke should have kept his Aizen the prize. And
do you feel any shame at all?
Moderately. Ha! Double pun. Suck it, Wiz.
The winner is Madara Uchiha.
Whoo! I know Bleach fans are going crazy right now. Alright, so that's the whole death battle video. Honestly, I am still rooting for Madara in this death battle. I sort of agree with the whole theory of Madara could kill Aizen, but Aizen will eventually evolve to become greater than Madara. Because of the Hokage, sorry about all that. But yeah, because of the Hokage, Aizen will eventually be able to become stronger than Madara. But starting off, Madara is greater than Aizen. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Speed-wise, I'm really glad they didn't just go based off of the whole little, well, light thing, it's his fastest technique, and Madara doesn't scale. Like, no, yeah, Madara is way, way, way faster than light. It's hard to scale, like, to put it to the absolute number. Same with Bleach, it's hard to scale to the absolute number. But I do know that both of them are relative. Maybe you could say Aizen's flash step will make him temporarily faster than Madara, but with the Sharingan and like the advanced like perception of time and all that bullshit, Madara should still be able to have the power to stay on guard. But this was an interesting battle. This is one of those heated debates. I'm sure there are people out there who just won't agree no matter what. Complete denial. So yeah, man, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, leave a dislike. I'm probably going to get a few of those. Those might be my first dislikes, and I'm willing to take that L because this is such a heavy ass topic. And like people, this shit breaks friendships. This shit breaks like relationships, man. Like this is just one of those type of battles. I'm excited to see what everybody else come up with. I might have one of my friends come on the channel and we talk further about the Aizen versus Madara fight, or even Ichigo versus Naruto. But yeah, man, until next time, peace.
What's poppin'?